take some height underneath your buttocks and sit up nice and tall, so be tall. Just take your hands and just move that buttock flesh out to the side, so do any necessary adjustments that you need to do to feel that you can actually lift up from the lower spine, the lower back. Just see, before we take the palms together, that your legs are not too drawing in towards each other. So let the legs be quite wide, so they're soft, so your abdomen can release. So if you have your legs too much in, you're gripping, you're going to grip the abdomen, it's going to be quite uncomfortable to start with. So just see if you can become as comfortable as you can, and then just lift up the body, take your hands to the side of you, and just widen across your front chest. So see that in this pose that you're not feeling if someone's got a gun to your head, you know, you're not under gunpoint, that you're so tight and rigid. There has to be effort, but you have to feel that you can get that softness here. So yes, you have to press the legs down gently, so don't, you know, you have to get a softness here to let the legs descend as the spine lifts up. So roll the shoulders back. So again, just see if you can find that softness here. Then from here, just take the arms out to the side, just turn the palms to face forwards and bring your palms together in front of you to draw back in front of your chest. So shoulders draw down, trapezius muscles draw down, let your sides of your neck become taller. And then when you're ready, when you feel in that comfortable state, see if you can become a little bit softer, and then closing the eyes. Once the eyes are closed, you can scan the body from head to toe. Almost feel like some scanners going around your body now, the back body, the side body, the front body. And can you lift from that lower back? Can you release the shoulders down as you lift up the spine? Soften your face, soften your breath. So soft inhales, soft exhalations. Relax your belly. Keep it soft. Soften around the eyes, the throat. So again, this should be, yes, with some effort, but not to the point where it becomes like you're forcing. So if you feel that is happening, maybe next time you can take your back to a wall or to the back of the sofa, just for a bit more added support for the back, especially if the back is not wanting to lift at this stage. So inhale, exhale here. Inhale, exhale, bow your head down towards your chest. Keeping the eyes closed, release the hands. Raising the head. And then slowly opening your eyes. And carefully release your legs. So just release your legs out. Give yourself a brief stretch of the legs. Okay, and then from here, we're going to, if we can, change the cross legs now. So changing the cross legs. So if you found that you needed some more support there, if your lower back was starting to feel that you was dropping, then just take some more support underneath the buttocks. Okay, another block, a book, whatever you're using there, cushions, blankets. Okay, so just sit up nice and tall now. So I want you to lift up again. So if you're on a lot of support, you may want to take something behind for your hands. We're going to turn to the right and the left now. So you're going to inhale, exhale. Let's turn to our right. Okay, so just press the back hand gently into the floor. So again, we don't want to be leaning back, so just turn to the right. Observe here. Inhale, exhale. And come back to that center. Release those shoulders, lift the chest, relax your abdomen, and turn to the left. So left hand behind, right hand over, and just turn. So no forcing, early stage, early pose, just let your body turn to the left, observe how you're feeling with that rotation. Again, no forcing, no pulling, and come back to center. Stretch your legs out in front of you again. Take the hands either side of you, so this pose is Dandasana, rod pose. I just want you to extend both legs away if you can, feet together or feet apart is fine, but if we can, we're going to take those legs together, pressing the legs towards the floor, hands by your side. Again, blocks underneath the hands if you need support for the hands. Press and lift. Open your chest, lift from your lower back, and extend into your heels. Feel the heel bones extending away. Feel the thigh bones moving down. And are you pressing evenly on both sides? Can you lift here both sides even? And then carefully release that. So changing the cross again, going back to that cross leg position, changing the cross, adjusting the buttock flesh out to the sides. So this time we're going to, from here, we're going to take the hands either side of us first, and then we're going to inhale, exhale. See if we can raise the arms and lift up. So don't just lift from the hands or lift from the, the arms. Feel the lift is coming from the very base. Can you lift up from the base of your spine, your lower back? Can it lift? Can you lift both sides of your waist, both sides of your trunk? Open your hands, spread your fingers, get space there. Open the armpits, so try not to be here if you can. See if you can lift, stretch up, and bring your arms down. Okay, release, relax the shoulders down. Then we're going to just take the chin towards the chest. Now just watch the screen before you try that one. So when I say chin to chest, we just want to drop like that. I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep this open chest here. I want you to keep the whole of the front body lifting, and I want you to lift your chin slightly forward first and then bring it down. So you've still got this space on the neck here. You're not closing like this. Okay, so lift the front body up, widen your collarbones, so widen the front upper chest, and just take the chin down. As if you're looking down towards your chest now. And then bring your head back to face forward and turn to the right. So turn to the right. Try not to let the left shoulder come forwards. So again, keep the upper chest wide. Come center. And again, right collarbone moving out to the right as you turn to your left. And come back to center. Okay. Change the cross legs. So if you need to stretch the legs out again to help you with that, just stretch the legs out straight first, and then changing the cross legs again. One more time, we're going to take ourselves to the right and left. This time, we're going to go to the right. We're going to raise that left arm up, and we're going to use that that left arm to turn. So start taking your right hand back. So we're going to take this left arm to help you turn this left side to the right. And then you're going to take your hand down, and then can you move that right collarbone from that center out to the sides. So spread that upper chest again. So don't be here like this. If you can open, lift, and turn. Take a few breaths here. stretching, no forcing. If you feel you're really forcing and struggling, you're holding so tight and you're pushing, then just come back in the pose slightly. Allow your breath to help you rotate here. So observe your breath quietly. Before we come out, just inhale, exhale, and come back to center. So before we do the other side, if you felt when you got to that right side, as I was asking you here, to inhale, exhale, and you just want it to come out, maybe you're forcing too much, so ease off a little bit, come back, bring this block more towards the right and just be here, and just turn. So you want to feel you're turning from that base but not forcing, okay? So we're going to come back to center part. So we're going to go to the left now. So first we'll get that inhalation, lift up, raise your right arm. Now can you lift up that whole right side of your trunk and turn it to the left, turn it to the left. And you can see now as I'm turning to the left, my left hand wants to come back. So I'm taking my left hand back, right hand comes down to where's comfortable. So if you find over onto this left knee is too far, then take it here. Stay here with the hand and just turn. So I'm trying to ask you to keep this upper chest wide as we turn, rather than being here and forcing so much like this, okay? So just be here, inhale, exhale. And come back to center. And carefully stretch your legs out in front of you. Okay, just give your knees a little rub if you need to, just give your back of your legs, just a little massage, get your toes wiggling, just get your toes come back to life, okay, especially in cross legs if you get a bit numb sitting there, you're not used to it. Okay, now we're going to stand up, so coming up to standing, I'm going to show you very quickly what we're going to do. We're going to do Uttanasana, which is a forward bend action. Now, bad backs, problems can take themselves to a chair, table, whatever you've got there in front of you. And then we're going to stand up in that Tadasana action first, lifting up through the legs. And then we're going to inhale, exhale. Now, I'm going to show you the hands to the top of the chair, but you can take your hands to the seat of the chair also. So we're going to come forward, so bend the knees first. We're going to stretch forward. And we're going to take the hands to the top of the chair if we can, or to the counter, worktop. And then I'm going to see if I can straighten into those legs. But I'm going to see if I can feel as if someone, imagine if someone had a belt around the tops of your thighs. Now if there's somebody here now, I could ask them to pull these belts handles back as I extend the whole front body forwards. So your legs have to be strong and firm, so lift up through the legs. The inner thighs have to be tall. And can you lengthen your chest and your chin forwards towards the top of that chair or to the support that you're heading for. Okay, so inhale, up you come. So especially bad backs would take themselves to a wall, to a chair, so you're not going to the floor. Others, if you can, if you've got some blocks or books you can pile down on the floor. We're going to, same difference, we're going to inhale, exhale, just put that belt out of the way. Lift up through the legs, firm legs. Now we're going to take our hands onto our hips here. You're going to bend your knees softly first, and don't let the belly just flop to the floor. Keep this belly drawing back as you come forwards, and then we're going to extend those arms down. So my knees are slightly bent to start with, and then we're going to straighten up into those legs. So I'm just going to move those blocks a little bit far forward, so you can do the same, so I can get some length here. I can lengthen from my hip bone to my armpit. Now press and lift up. Can you make those legs strong and tall? So we don't want to try not to be here, we want to be lengthening that body forwards. So the front body has to become nice and long, chest forward, chin forward. Okay, inhale, up you come. So we're going to do that one more time. So whatever support you're going to use, have your feet apart. Okay, so spread your toes and just be in Tadasana to start with. Look forwards, look ahead. Feel you're lifting up from the very base of your feet. Roll your shoulders down and open your chest. Hands onto your hips, your waist. bend your knees softly, draw your belly back, inhale, exhale. So don't just dive bottom down, feel you're keeping this action, this length on the front body. You're looking ahead, you're not looking to the floor, keep your eyes looking ahead. Come down as far as you can before you have to release those hands down to those blocks. So first of all, maybe taking the blocks under the shoulders to start with. Okay, or you may be using a chair, that's fine. Press into the blocks. Now can you lift up through those legs to become straighter? Can you spread your toes? Can you lift up the inner thighs? Can you still extend that breastbone, that chin forwards? Now walk your hands forward with the blocks. So as I'm walking forwards, I'm not moving forwards with my legs. My legs have to stay where they were. It was just the hands, the arms that I'm extending forwards. So can you stretch now? Can you lift up through the legs? Can you stretch the arms forwards? Can you look forwards? So Uttanasana, forward bend. Strong pose on the legs have to be strong. So if you feel the heels are lifted, it's because you're coming or tipping forward. So press those heels down. Heels pressing down, front thighs lifting up. And then bring the blocks back towards you. Bend your knees, inhale, roll yourself to come back up. And release. Okay, so now we're going to move on for dog pose, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So let's have a little go at that one. So we've all done this before, one that we're familiar with. So we start from standing today. So I'm going to get you to stand on the front edge of your mats. Okay, and then we're going to bend the knees, come down, take the hands to the floor and step back. So big step back. Give yourself good distance between your hands and your feet. And just be in dog pose. So be in the pose. Release your chin from your chest. Don't be in a hurry to push the heels down. Just lift up through the legs. And breathe. So where does the pose feel heavy? Where does the pose feel dull? Where does the pose feel okay? So just observe those points maybe. And then walk forward. Keeping the knees bent, roll to come back up. And just stand in your Tadasana. We're going to do that again in a moment. Just stand in Tadasana. Rotate the upper arms out. Lift up through the chest. And be in Tadasana. Observe your weight, is it even on both legs? Can you draw your shoulders down? Can you lift your chest more? Inhale, exhale. Soften the breath. And then carefully release. So coming back to that dog pose. This time, just if you watch the screen briefly, we're going to come down, we're going to step back into that dog pose, and I want you now to hold the sides of the mat, and I want you to pull the mat away from you as you push your chest back towards your legs. Okay, so if we can, we're going to see if we can straighten into those legs. We're going to lift up through the backs of the legs, the fronts of the legs, as the chest comes in towards the legs. So don't just dig the chin towards the chest, that has to be released. Your chest towards your legs. Can you lift up the side body? Okay, so if the heels want to move down further, that's fine, but we're trying to see if we can lift the buttocks higher and open the chest. So imagine someone is pulling you from your hands by your legs, so pulling you back by your legs, away from your hands, pulling you so far back. And then we're going to bend the knees when we're done and come down. Okay, so if you're not there already, have a go, we'll start again. Take the hands, let's start by standing up. Let's come to the front of your mat. Okay, so I'm getting you used to trying to go up and down from the floor. Very easy to do dog pose just on all fours, but we need to start going from baby pose to big dog pose. Okay, spread the toes forward, open the chest. Inhale, exhale, raise your arms first and lift up, stretch up so tall. Make the sides of your neck taller, make the sides of your body taller. Lift up from the ankle bones to the hip bones. And bring your arms down. Keep that lift in the trunk, bend your knees, come forward and down. Take the hands flat if you can. Step back into dog pose. Good position between the hands and the legs. Okay, let's first of all just take hold of the sides of that mat. So we're going to grip the sides of that mat and start to just push that mat away, releasing your head down. So when the chest comes forward towards the, when you start to work like this and you feel the chest coming towards the legs, you might feel that you want to move your feet back. That's good, but still keep the lift in the buttocks. And breathe. If someone's pulling you away from those hands, pulling you back by the legs. Can you just lift those backs of the thighs a little bit more? Can you lift your front thighs up towards your hips? And then carefully come onto your knees, release your hands. Big toes together, knees apart. Take a block, a book, a cushion, whatever, for your head. And then we're going to have that there. We're going to just sit up first like this. And I want you to see if you can sit back onto your heels. So, as we come forward for Adho Mukha Virasana, when we start to come forward, try not to allow the buttocks to come forward with you. So the buttocks have to stay back and down, but you have to walk and make your front body long. You have to walk forwards, push the buttocks back. So again, you can use that side of the mat to help you push back. See if you can take your buttocks back and down, and then rest your forehead. So no forcing here, this should be a restful pose. You can now then, when you're ready, you can bend your elbows and just see that your head is supported softly, and so you've got a restful state there. But again, it's not being like this. So if you're like this and you can't get back, then you can take a blanket or some blocks underneath the buttocks and push back and push back. Okay, and knee problems. I'm finding that's a problem if you've got issues with your knees. You can just take yourself onto the edge of the chair and just come forward like this. You may just be here, or you can take your hands down and head down. And just relax to spread the back. Okay, so Adho Mukha Virasana. When you've done that, you can come up. And then up for standing. Remove your blocks. And you're going to probably need a small block or a few blocks or some books, okay? So let's take it to our right side. Stand in Tadasana. And just lift up tall. So we're moving on to Trikonasana now. So open the chest, lift the chest. Fingertips to the chest. Take your arms out to the side first and just spread. So bring them back in again. And then spread. Can you do that 3 more times? Into the chest and out. Into the chest and out. This time, the last time, make it wider and out. Spread. Stretch to each side of the room. And bring your arms down. Okay, from there we're going to press into the heels. Inhale, exhale, forward. Urdhva Hastasana, raise your arms up into that upward action now. Lifting up, vertical, nice and tall. And breathe. Can you be here? Can you breathe? Can you soften a little bit? You draw the shoulders down as the spine lifts. bring your arms down and release, soften, inhale, exhale. Now we're going to take the arms outwards, so inhale as you raise, exhale. So see that you're not just here with, your fingers are just like this. Stretch strongly into those fingers. Make your arms become longer. Lift up the front body, lift up through the legs. And as you take your arms down, take them down with control. So we're going to go up and down with the arms 3 times now. So inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Make the last one the best one. Inhale up, exhale down. And release and just relax. Just stand in Tadasana. So it's not just being like, swinging the arms up and out to the sides like this. It's working those arms, it's feeling the control and the muscles working in the arms, in the shoulders, as you open and extend, and then coming down as you went into the pose. Okay, so from here, we're going to take our fingertips to our chest again now. We're going to take those arms wide and spread your legs for Trikonasana. We'll go to the right first. So stretch to each side of the room. Turn the whole of your right leg out. Just turn your back foot in gently. So just slightly turn your back foot in. Keep this back leg knee facing forwards. Now, we're going to raise that right arm. So I want you to think about this whole right side of your trunk. You're going to stretch away that left side. And you're going to inhale, exhale. Draw your front thigh up towards your hip as you come over to the hand, to the block, top hand up. So if you haven't got a block, but you're struggling to find something there, just take your hand to your leg and stretch up. Okay, so lifting, opening, triangle pose, and breathe. Don't let the head drop. Press into that back foot. Lift up this front thigh. Legs have to be strong in your standing poses. Now to come up, we're going to inhale, exhale, lift that front arm up nice and strongly. Don't lose the control of the back arm. Stretch out and draw them down. And turn the foot to face forward and step in. For Tadasana, inhale, exhale. Okay, to the other side. Go to the left now. Fingertips to your chest, arms out. Take your legs wide, a good distance. Stretch into each side of the room. Turn the whole of the left leg out. Turn the back foot slightly in. Okay, now, first of all, straighten into the legs. Stretch into the arms, lift up through the spine. Inhale. Start to raise that top arm up. I forgot we was doing that for a moment, so stretch up there. And now, this is allowing you to stretch this underside of this arm, this body, the trunk, rather than just go down, what we do, we tend to just fly down with the hand and nothing's happened here. So I want you to take that arm up, lift up through that side trunk and lengthen it. As you go to the left, draw up that front leg thigh. Draw up and then take your hand down and stretch your top hand up. And breathe. Open your chest, turn this top trunk back. What's happened to the legs? Keep drawing up. Now to come up, we're going to strongly stretch up the top hand, lift the bottom hand, stretch into the arms. Arms down. Turn the feet to face forward and step your feet in. Okay, Tadasana. Now, we're going to go back to the other side. I'm going to very quickly show you what you're going to do. We're going to turn the feet, as we did for Trikonasana, arms out, and you're going to go up and down 3 times. So as you go up and down, it's keeping those arms strong, okay? So let's go together. Left leg out, right leg out, left foot slightly in, raise the arms to the right. So use your block or go to your leg, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and draw the hands down. Turn the feet to face forward, step the feet in, and stand in Tadasana, recover. Find your breath, feel your breath. Probably a bit fast, so inhale, exhale, release it. Okay, now we're going to go to the left, so if you're using a block, take your block to the left side, or you can take your hand to your leg. Okay, inhale, exhale, fingertips to the chest, arms nice and wide, so get that stability, get that strength in those arms there, keep them strong. Take the legs wide. Can you keep those arms up now? Turn the whole of the left leg out, back foot turns in, draw up that front leg muscle, so draw that front thigh up towards its hip. Now, we're going to go to the left, and up, to the left. 3 times in your own way, and up. When you've done your 3, you can bring your arms down, turn your feet to face forward, and step your feet in for Tadasana. Inhale, exhale. Good. Okay. Just stand with your fingers drawing down, your feet even. So feel just while you're here, just feel, are the feet placed evenly? Can you lift up through the trunk, open the chest, draw your shoulders down, soften your face, and carefully release. Now we're going to take ourselves to the floor. So we're going to need, I think you might need a blanket, yes, a blanket. So I'm going to take myself down. So sit on what you need to sit on. If you've got a small blanket or a towel there, it may be handy in a moment. Okay, so if you need to sit on support, take something underneath the bottom. And I'm going to take a belt here. So let's start by sitting in Dandasana, buttock flesh back, and then you're going to bend up your right leg gently, take the hands behind the back of the knee and take it out to the side. Now when the leg doesn't go down, if it's up here, then you must sit higher, you must be on support, but then you also maybe need something to take your leg onto like this, okay? So also I should have said, if you've got a few belts there or a dressing gown belt or something else you can use, if you have got knee problems that are not too bad, you know, if you can do this sort of work still, then you can take a belt to the back of the knee and take the leg out to the side. That just puts a bit more space there, or a rolled flannel, maybe a rolled flannel. So, right leg out, support that leg if you need to, and I'm going to take that belt just to the sole of the left foot. And then I want you just to sit up tall now. So try and press this leg down and just lift up. So this may be as far as you get, just working on this action of trying to get this bent leg down and lifting up from this right leg hip. Now if we can, we're going to see if we can release and just stretch up, lift up. So what tends to happen is we fall back a little bit and this comes like this. So we have to see that we try and lift from the lower back, this leg presses down, support the leg if you need it, and press onto that support and lift. And come down. Other side. We probably will use the belt in a moment just for this. So we're just going to do the same as this side first. Okay, so just taking the fingers behind the back of the knee, support the knee if you need to, and bring the foot in. Okay, so the sole of the foot rests on the inside of that, towards that left thigh, right thigh. And just first of all, bring yourself to turn towards that straight leg. Just be nice and centered as much as you can. Lift up that left hip and turn it. Raise the arms. Lift. Can you lift from the lower back? So it's very easy to lift from the shoulders and be like this. Can you feel you're lifting from that lower back? And bring the arms down. And carefully release. Buttock flesh out to the sides. Bend up the left knee again. Right leg this time, sorry. Right leg out to the side. Support that leg if you need. And this time we are going to take a belt to that left foot. So just sit here, press, and can you lift? Press and lift. Now keeping your left hand on the floor, you're going to raise your right arm and you're going to start to come forwards towards that left foot. Now turn with the right arm up, turn to that straight leg more first. Can you press this right leg down, this bent leg down, and can you bring this right side forwards, forwards. So use your left hand to bring it where you need to press, to bring yourself forwards. So don't use to dive down and be here like this, okay, that's not going to work. So don't be in a hurry to get to the foot, just been working on bringing that length to the spine, bringing the length to the front body, to the back body. And then you take your hand down. If you can reach the foot, that is fine, you reach the foot, or you hold the belt in the hand here. Okay, so either holding the foot or holding the belt. Now, again, if you're struggling, if you're holding the foot like this, you're here, I want you to release that foot and hold that belt so you can lift up. Lift up this front body and move from your lower back. Move from your lower back. Draw the shoulders and trapezius back and down. Press the straight leg down, press the bent leg down, and soften your belly. And then carefully release. Carefully take that leg, straighten it out. Just be mindful of your knees. Stretch your legs out, recover, and just press into the floor and lift up. Good. So we're going to do the other side. So taking the belt to the right leg. Bend up that left leg, draw it in. So again, remembering to support the knee if you need. Having that belt there. And first of all, we're just going to see if we can just sit up, lift up, press this bent leg down, and turn towards that straight leg. Because you feel that you start, when it's all stiffness there, you're very much down here, the lower back is sinking, you're moving backwards, so you might need some support under your bottom. So again, if your knee's up here, you do need some support under your bottom, okay? So leg down, lift up. Can we lift up? Can we turn? Start to turn towards that straight leg more. So take your left hand in front, your right hand behind, and turn. Turn away as if you're turning away from that bent leg. Raise that left arm, stretch up nice and tall, make that left side tall. Bring your right hand forward now, walk it forward more. And can you come forward? So don't look down, don't look, keep looking forward with your eyes. So don't drop your eyes to the floor, look forwards, extend your chin forwards. Come stretch that arm up, don't be in a hurry to take the arm down. Bring the body forwards, from that lower back, come forwards, and then take your hand down to your foot or to the belt. So again, if you've got that foot, and you're comfortable here, that is fine, but don't overforce. Even if you're here, this is fine, this is working towards that pose. Just by getting this action of lifting and opening, okay? So the lift has to come from the lower part of the spine, not just from the upper bit, because otherwise you'll just be doing this and you'll never get forward. It has to come and come and come. So you have to get that length to come forwards. Okay, carefully bring that leg back up and release it. Stretch your legs out. And then we're just going to take a blanket or a cushion for our heads before we coming round. Just make sure your blocks are out of the way, bits are out of the way, so we're going to be here now. And support that back of the head, back of the neck. Lift your bottom, tailbone towards the heels, lower yourself back down, and then take the soles of the feet together. Again, you can put cushions here to rest on your thighs, to rest on if you feel that you have got something there that you need to relax a bit more into it. And just let the arms rest at the sides. Relax here, draw it down, and just close your eyes. Inhale, exhale. So just a few minutes here. finding it uncomfortable, just move your feet further away from you. If you're still not comfortable, just take your knees together and your feet as wide as your mat, or wider than your hips, so that you just drop your lower back to the floor. Okay, so either or, just see that you're in that comfortable state now. And as and when you feel, just take a slightly deeper inhalation, exhalation. Drop your abdomen, release your abdomen. Relax, release. Let your hands be soft. And then carefully take your hands to your outer thighs. Bring your legs back together. And then when you're ready, straighten your legs along the floor, one by one. So again, if you need to just lengthen, lift your lower back off the floor, tailbone towards your heels, so you get that nice long spread action on the lower spine. Again, taking the feet straight. Take your feet apart slightly and just let your legs drop out to the side, and let your arms rotate out to the side. Rest there. See that you're on the centre of the back of the head. Relax your face. Release your facial muscles. Release your throat, your tongue. Go on releasing, let go. Try to let thoughts come and go. Very carefully and slowly, when you're ready, just bring your hands to rest on your body. Slowly open your eyes, bend your knees, and roll onto your right side.